Did you know that the Beijing subway line has deformed? This was discovered in a paper in SAR Data Reveals Land Subsidence in Beijing published by North China University of Technology, NCUT, in 2022. According to statistics, among the 15 subway lines in Beijing, 6 have an average deformation rate of more than 5 mm/year. Among them, the average deformation rate of Beitang line on line 1 is the largest, reaching 22.5 mm/year. The maximum deformation rates of line 6 and line 7 are respectively 70.4 mm/year and 115.1 mm/year. Among them, Heiswanhu subway station in Chaoyang district is located in the largest deformation area. Subsidence rate along the Beijing subway MDPI. Researchers warned a long time ago that Beijing has been sinking since 1935, but the rate and extent of land subsidence are showing an increasing trend. The continued sinking poses a security threat to Beijing, one of which is a huge impact on train operations. During the continuous operation of the subway with a weight of more than 30 tons, it will increase the settlement phenomenon, and then affect the deformation of the line. The subway is just the tip of the iceberg, and the city is facing a crisis of subsidence. Sinking Beijing. The survey of spatial temporal analysis of land subsidence in Beijing Plain combined with SAR and PCA published in 2022 showed that, from 2017 to 2020, there are areas such as the southeast of Changping, northwest of Haidian, east of Chaoyang, northwest of Tongzhou, southwest of Shenyi, and south of Daxing. Ground subsidence. Among them, the northwest of Haidian, the east of Chaoyang, and the northwest of Tongzhou were the hardest hit areas of land subsidence. The Jinzhen district of Chaoyang was particularly serious, with a drop of 0.34 meters. Vertical deformation rate map of the Beijing Plain, red represents the highest severity journal of spectroscopy and spectral analysis. The study used interferometric synthetic aperture radar, SAR, which detects small changes in topography, landforms, and surfaces, and is now used to monitor land subsidence. Coincidentally, in 2016, The Guardian reported that the entire city of Beijing was sinking, and the situation in Chaoyang district was the most obvious. The central business district, in particular, is sinking by as much as 11 centimeters a year. The Chaoyang district, where the CBD is located, has boomed since 1990 with skyscrapers, ring roads, and other developments. Uneven levels of subsidence in some areas pose a danger to buildings and other infrastructure, the researchers said. In 2022, the ground of a residential area in Beijing will collapse, the Beijing News. In 2020, a crack occurred on the ground between two buildings in a community in Tongzhou, Beijing, the Beijing News. Beijing on the world's largest water funnel. Overexploitation of groundwater is the main cause of subsidence. According to China Daily, the overexploitation of groundwater in North China, Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei, Shaanxi, and Mongolia, has reached 120 billion cubic meters, which is equivalent to the water volume of 200 Yangtze lakes. In fact, the real situation may be more serious. An expert who asked not to be named said, the overdrawn groundwater in North China is estimated to be nearly 200 billion cubic meters. The groundwater level continues to drop, resulting in the formation of the world's largest groundwater funnel area in North China. What is a groundwater funnel zone? The interior of the Earth is rich in groundwater, which is generally divided into two types: groundwater resources, participating in the water cycle, and groundwater storage, not participating in the water cycle. Groundwater resources are renewable resources, but groundwater storage is the same as fossil energy. Once exploited, it will only decrease but not increase. Since the 1970s in the North China Plain, the concentrated exploitation of groundwater storage has led to a drop in the groundwater level in the mining area, so the groundwater on the water table has concentrated to the middle, forming a regional funnel-shaped concave surface. If things go on like this, the ground will also sink. Wikipedia. The Chinese Academy of Geological Sciences article uncovering the past and present of the groundwater falling funnel in the North China Plain believes that the underground of the North China Plain is a huge composite funnel, composed of countless large and small water funnels. In 2005, the total area of the shallow groundwater sinking funnel was 9,657.9 square kilometers. In 2019, it will grow to 14,840.41 square kilometers. In 2021, it will further increase to 16,385.09 square kilometers. The total area of the shallow groundwater sinking funnel continues to increase. Beijing is on this huge composite water funnel. Citing public information from people.com.cn, from 2000 to 2010, overexploitation of groundwater in Beijing exceeded 5.6 billion cubic meters, covering a 2,650 square kilometer groundwater funnel. Deep groundwater composite funnel in North China Plain in 2022 Chinese Academy of Geological Sciences. The Big Wild Goose Pagoda in Xi'an is located on the edge of the water funnel in North China, so the tower body tilts about 43 millimeters to the northwest. Wikipedia. Subsidence can only be alleviated. Surface subsidence is neither reversible nor recoverable, but only alleviated. Beijing's growing population and urban sprawl have led to water stress, making Beijing the fifth most water-scarce city in the world. 8 years ago, Beijing launched the South Water into Beijing project, with a total of 8.408 billion cubic meters of water flowing in, accounting for 70% of the city's water consumption, which greatly reduced groundwater extraction. The groundwater level has risen by 10.11 meters for 7 consecutive years. In addition, Beijing has also carried out a groundwater recharge project, using the collected rainwater to purify and replenish it into the surface. The water must be completely clean, otherwise it will lead to water pollution. Lu Wenjun, a professor at the School of Environment at Tsinghua University, said, the deeper groundwater can no longer be replenished. 5 Nanyangdoka Canal Head Junction, the starting point of the South to North Water Diversion Middle Route Project. Wikipedia. In 2022, studies have shown that, except for Changping, the subsidence speed of the rest of the subsidence areas is slowing down. The survey found that the maximum deformation rate and average deformation rate of 5 subsidence areas in Beijing, Changping, Shenyi, Tongzhou, Daxing and Yizhuang, from 2018 to 2020 are both declining, among which Tongzhou district has the most obvious decline, and the maximum subsidence rate is 113.0 mm/year. Dropped to 77.8 mm/year, and the average settlement rate dropped from 50.7 mm/year to 23.7 mm/year. But the subsidence of Changping is still accelerating. Deformation rate statistics of 5 subsidence zones. Geodesy and geodynamics. It's not just Beijing that's sinking. Many other cities around the world have also suffered from groundwater subsidence caused by overpumping of groundwater. According to Cakeson magazine, the University of Colorado analyzed historical images taken by satellites. Since 1965, the ground in Shanghai has sunk by 110 millimeters, while towering skyscrapers are still rising one after another. The ground level of today's Shanghai, with a population of more than 16 million, is about 3 meters lower than it was 100 years ago. In addition, Mexico City is sinking by as much as 28 centimeters per year, Jakarta is sinking at a similar rate, and Bangkok is sinking by as much as 12 centimeters per year, similar to Beijing. In addition to Beijing's South Water into Beijing project, open source, Mexico has also adopted various water recycling schemes to reduce the burden on groundwater, throttling. If no containment measures are taken, perhaps tomorrow we will see a groundwater funnel connecting the Northeast Plain, the Yangtze River Delta, and the Northwest. Disasters caused by urban subsidence will be inevitable.